Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the 5 cents United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Have you ever checked your coin jar, hoping to find something rare, but never really expecting a jackpot? Well, what if I told you there's a simple 5-cent coin, yes, just a nickel, that could be hiding right under your nose, worth more than a brand new Tesla? Now before you scroll away, listen closely. This is not a joke, not a myth, and definitely not just another, maybe someday, coin story. We're talking about a very specific coin, from a very specific year, and in a very specific condition that collectors are fighting to get their hands on. The 1985 American 5 cents coin, but not just any 1985 nickel. The one pulled directly from a US mint proof set. This is where things get spicy. Most people overlook proof coins because they assume they're just fancy souvenirs. But the 1985 proof nickel has a little secret. And that secret could be worth tens of thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. So what makes this tiny coin so crazy valuable? First off, let's talk about strike quality. The 1985 proof nickel from the US Mint was struck with extreme precision, deep mirrors, frosted designs, and flawless detail. But not all proof coins are created equal. Some were struck with such exceptional sharpness and contrast that they received the coveted deep cameo, or perfect grade, status from grading authorities like PCGS and NGC. And here's where it gets greedy. Collectors are paying massive premiums for top-graded examples, especially those graded proof 70 deep cameo, which is the absolute best grade possible. Why? Because they're virtually flawless, and that kind of perfection is insanely rare, even in proof coins. But now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. The big money. Recently, one of these 1,985 5-cent proof coins was sold to a private collector for an eye-watering amount, and this is no clickbait. Verified auction records and private sales show that these nickels, when graded at the highest level and with impeccable visual quality, have fetched prices starting at $2,700 and skyrocketing all the way to $79,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin, worth $79,000. So before you toss that coin jar back on the shelf, maybe it's time to dig through it again. Or better yet, go check your old proof sets hiding in the attic or boxed away in your parents' storage. That tiny coin you thought was just a shiny nickel could actually be a full-blown treasure. And here's the kicker: most people wouldn't even recognize it if they were holding it in their hand. That's how under the radar this gem really is. Now if you're serious about coin collecting or just want to make sure you're not sitting on a fortune without knowing it, this is your sign. Go look through your collection. Check the year. Check the condition. If you see 1985 and it came from a proof set, you could be holding a 5-cent miracle. Before you go, hit that like button if you learned something new, and subscribe for more hidden coin treasures that could be waiting for you. Because sometimes, the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises. Top 2. Imagine holding a 5-cent coin, just a plain old nickel, right? Now imagine that same little coin could secretly be worth more than a brand new luxury SUV or even a down payment on your dream home. Sounds crazy? It's not. Because the 1986 5 cents coin from the US proof set is turning heads and flipping wallets wide open in the collector world, and you're about to find out why. You see, most people overlook coins from proof sets. They think they're just shiny collectibles with no real value. But that's where they're dead wrong. The 1986 Jefferson Nickel from the official US Mint proof set is quietly becoming one of the most aggressively hunted modern nickels in American numismatic history. So what makes it so special? It's all in the details. And those details are microscopic. These proof coins were struck with specially prepared dies and polished planchets, giving them that signature mirror-like background and sharp, frosted design. But here's the kicker. Not every 1986 proof nickel comes out perfect. Only a tiny number were struck so flawlessly that they earned the highest possible grades by top-tier grading services. And when a coin hits that top-tier status, we're talking proof 70 deep cameo perfection, the value doesn't just go up, it explodes. That's when the greed kicks in. Collectors and investors with deep pockets are in a bidding war for these flawless examples. Because owning one isn't just about numismatic value, it's about having something that almost nobody else on the planet has. It's rarity, beauty, and history, all packed into one 5-cent piece. Now here's where things get serious. Recently, the coin world has seen massive auction activity around the 1986 proof nickel. We're not talking about pocket change or a couple $100. These coins, when preserved in perfect ultra-high-grade condition, have crossed into serious money territory. Get ready for this. Verified sales and private acquisitions have shown the 1986 proof 5-cent coin selling from $2,700 all the way up to a mind-blowing $89,000. Yes. You heard that right. A nickel. A 5-cent piece. Worth $89,000. And here's the wild part. You may already have one sitting in your closet, in an old proof set, untouched for decades. Maybe it was passed down from a relative. Maybe you picked it up at a garage sale or forgot about it in a box. That small, shiny coin you never thought twice about could be your hidden gold mine. But don't rush to sell it just yet. Before you cash in, that coin needs to be properly graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Only then will you know if you're sitting on a few $1,000s, or one of the rarest, most desirable modern nickels ever minted. So what's the next step? Check your 1986 proof set. Look at that 5-cent coin under a good light or magnifier. Is it flawless? Does it have that deep, glassy mirror finish with bold frosted features? No nicks, no spots, no cloudy haze? If so, you may have just hit the coin collector's jackpot. Don't let it sit and gather dust. Get it checked. Get it graded. Because that little piece of metal might just change your financial story forever. Hit that like button if you're now heading to your closet to dig up your proof sets. Subscribe for more shocking coin values hiding in plain sight. And share this with someone who might be unknowingly sitting on a fortune. Remember, the smallest coin can carry the biggest value, if you know what to look for. Top 3. Picture this. You're going through an old coin collection, maybe one you inherited, maybe something you picked up at a garage sale for a few bucks. You're flipping through the coins, and suddenly your eyes land on a 5-cent piece. It's dated 1966. Looks shiny, crisp, maybe even untouched. Now, you're probably thinking, it's just a nickel. What could it possibly be worth? Well, here's your answer. A fortune. Yes, a small coin, with a face value of just 5 cents, could be hiding one of the biggest paydays in American coin collecting history. And no, this isn't just about age or rarity. It's about something much deeper, and something most people have absolutely no clue about. Let's talk about the 1966 American 5-cent coin from the U.S. Mint proof set, one of the most undervalued and misunderstood coins in circulation. Now here's where it gets really interesting. In 1966, the U.S. Mint didn't release traditional proof sets like it normally would. Instead, it issued what are called special mint sets, due to changes in production following the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. These sets were supposed to be a temporary replacement for regular proof coins, but what they actually became was a gold mine. You see, some of the 1966 nickels from these special mint sets were struck with extraordinary quality. Deep, reflective surfaces, razor-sharp details, high contrast finishes that mimic proof-like characteristics. And only a few of them were struck so perfectly that, decades later, they would go on to achieve the highest grades in the numismatic world. And that's where the big money kicks in. Most people wouldn't know they're holding a valuable coin even if they stared at it all day. But collectors? They know what to look for. They're searching for the 1966 Jefferson nickel with those near-perfect features, flawless surfaces, and that highly desirable designation like SP67, SP68, and even SP69 full steps, the cream of the crop. And let's be clear, we're not talking about coins worth $50, or even $500. The real treasures, the rarest of the rare, the absolute top-graded specimens, have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. I'm talking about real auction house records and private collector deals that have stunned even seasoned coin experts. Some of these coins, in pristine, top-tier certified condition, have fetched prices starting from $2,700 and reaching as high as $88,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1966 nickel from a special mint set, worth $88,000. It's wild. It's real. And it could be sitting in someone's drawer right now, completely unnoticed. So the big question is, do you have one? If you've got a 1966 special mint set at home, or just a single nickel from that year in beautiful condition, it's time to take a closer look. Examine it under bright light. Look for deep mirror-like fields and sharply struck details, especially the steps on Monticello. That's the key to the big-time value. And if it looks flawless, don't waste time. Send it to a professional grading service like NGC or PCGS. Because if you're lucky, and it comes back with a high grade and the right designation, you may have just uncovered a piece of history that could change your bank account forever. So don't let that old coin sit there, gathering dust. What looks like just another nickel could be your hidden jackpot. Hit that like button if you're about to go hunting through your coin collection. Subscribe for more real stories of coins worth thousands hiding in plain sight, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on an $88,000 surprise. Because in the world of coin collecting, the most ordinary looking pieces can carry extraordinary value. Top 4. Have you ever wondered if that old coin collection collecting dust in your drawer could actually hold something worth a small fortune? Because today, we're diving into a coin that looks like nothing special at first glance. But for the few who know what to look for, it's a silent goldmine. This isn't about gold. This isn't about silver. This is about something much more unexpected. A 5-cent piece. A nickel. Specifically, the 1988 Jefferson nickel from the U.S. Mint proof set. Now, before you think, it's just a modern coin, how much could it really be worth? Let me stop you right there. Because this tiny 5-cent coin has been quietly breaking records and turning heads in the coin world. And the most insane part? Most people have no idea how valuable it can be. Let's break it down. The 1988 nickel wasn't just your average pocket change. When it came out of the US proof set, it was struck using specially prepared dies on highly polished blanks to create that stunning mirror finish and bold, frosted design. These coins weren't meant for circulation. They were meant for collectors. But only a few rare specimens came out in truly flawless condition. And that's where the money is. We're talking about coins that display deep cameo contrast, razor-sharp detail, and zero visible imperfections, the kind that grading companies like PCGS and NGC dream of. If one of these proof nickels hits a top-tier grade like Proof 70 Deep Cameo, the value can leap off the charts. And when we say leap, we mean it. Because right now, collectors are paying unbelievable premiums for top-graded 1988 5-cent proof coins. And here's the kicker, this isn't some theoretical pricing. This is real-world, verified auction data. These coins are moving for eye-watering prices in private sales and major numismatic auctions alike. So, how much are we talking? Not hundreds. Not even low thousands. These 5-cent coins, when graded at the very top, have sold for amounts that most people would never expect from a nickel. We're talking about actual documented values starting at $2,700 and going all the way up to a jaw-dropping $84,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin, worth $84,000. Now imagine for a second. You or someone in your family may have a 1988 proof set tucked away in a box, sitting untouched for decades. Maybe it was a gift. Maybe you bought it years ago and forgot all about it. What if that one little nickel inside, that you barely glanced at, is actually a rare, investment-grade treasure? Most people wouldn't even take the time to check. But the ones who do, they're the ones cashing in big. The secret lies in the condition. Only a tiny fraction of these coins survive in perfect, top-certified condition. That's what makes them so insanely valuable. That level of perfection is what collectors will pay tens of thousands of dollars for. So here's your call to action. If you've got a 1988 US proof set lying around, go dig it out. Take a look at that nickel. Hold it under good lighting. Look for flawless surfaces, deep mirror-like shine, strong cameo contrast, and full details. And if it looks exceptional, send it in for grading. Because you never know, you could be sitting on a coin worth $84,000 and not even realize it. Don't sleep on this. Don't assume it's worthless. This is the exact kind of overlooked treasure that most people walk right past, and then regret it later when they find out what they could have had. Smash that like button if you're racing to check your old proof sets. Subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins that look ordinary, but hold extraordinary value. And if you know someone who used to collect coins, send this video to them now, because sometimes the smallest coin holds the biggest surprise.